It is essentially a rural district with subsistence farming and cattle keeping as the main economic activity. But the district is affected by water shortages and long dry spells. For instance, a typical pastoralist has to walk many kilometers before they can get to a reliable water source, especially the River Nile, which never dries up even in the lean seasons.
That what we would like our upcoming MP to do for us, at least, is to dig for us places where we can take our cattle to drink water.
Charcoal burning is another key economic activity in the area. Kayunga district is located in the eastern part of Buganda and has a population of just over 297,000. This population is multi-ethnic and multicultural, although the main inhabitants are Baganda. However, several residents settled in mainly from the eastern parts of Uganda. Here are some basic facts about Balet constituency. It has 4 sub-counties and 55,866 registered voters who will be deciding who becomes the Member of Parliament in just 15 days from now. 5 candidates are vying against each other to become the MP of this constituency in the 9th Parliament. They are George William Kumama, contesting as an independent, Sulaiman Madada, the NRM flag bearer and incumbent MP, John Mange of the Uganda People's Congress, Abdu Kigozi, an independent, and Esau Kigozi, also an independent. Balet County is currently an NRM stronghold and has been so since the 1990s. But despite its pro-government vote, the residents' major complaint is snail pace of development and the lack of access to the national cake.
The yardstick of measuring development depends on what spectacles you are putting on. If you are a non-supporter of the incumbent MP, you would easily say that there is nothing happening.
The incumbent Madada was eventually chosen as NRM flag bearer after an acrimonious party primaries that saw the winner named and cancelled several times. Kumama, who was first declared as the NRM flag bearer and was declared finally, has never accepted this verdict. In his campaigns, he has continued to use NRM party colors and symbols and still considers himself NRM, even if he is contesting as an independent. Balet County is part of the cattle corridor and cattle herding is a major economic activity. It is dry and has perennial problem of water scarcity. Currently, more than 50% of the population do not have access to clean water. Water for domestic use and animals has to be drawn from the riverbed, especially during the dry spells, exposing the users to waterborne diseases. I'm at Budali landing site, also at the banks of River Nile. But the people from this constituency, and who are the majority, are complaining that they do not have access to piped or clean water. But surprisingly, the distance from this very River Nile to the center of the constituency is about 3 kilometers. And if put into proper use, that problem could be no more. This is how candidates look at this particular problem.
Advocate the government to construct, those water channels such that we draw water from the surrounding swamps and bring near to the people. Secondly, Mister, we are going to construct more boreholes to help that common man.
The incumbent and official NRM flag bearer Sulaiman Madada says plans are in the pipeline to build dams.
In our new manifesto, we are talking about small irrigations and medium technology to improve irrigation system.
Access roads are also another matter. Balet County has very poor roads, making accessing and moving around a difficult proposition. For instance, this Maram road has been like this for decades, dusty during the dry season and slippery and impassable during the rain season. It is the shortest route to Lira across Lake Choga, but one has to be carried across in order to get to Galiraya, about 6 kilometers away. and by canoe, it is a 3-hour boat ride. Balet County still has the problem of low education levels despite the introduction of universal primary education. Poor education standards are attributed to lack of books for pupils and students and housing for the teachers.
This is why you are finding that even in secondary school, a school gets only one first grade, and it puts on paper, and even it puts on posters showing that the performance is good, and yet it is the worst.
Make sure that the syllabus, or maybe the teachers coordinate and produce the quality syllabus needed to every school.
Balet County has 3 government-aided secondary schools, but many have to resort to private schools, which are also in poor state. Incumbent Madada knows what the problem is.
The culture of reading is not there at all, including the teachers themselves. Sometimes they don't want to read.
Although farming and cattle keeping are the mainstay for the people here, one of the drawbacks to farmers prospering is lack of access to markets. For example, this is the only dairy in Balet sub-county and serves farmers as far away as 20 kilometers. Independent candidate Kumama believes the solution is organizing farmers into cooperatives.
We intend to make consolidate group or teamworks, cooperative groups, so that people can learn to work together and can promote cooperative development.
Lack of access to health services is another issue deep at the heart of the voters here. Even where health facilities exist like this health center for in Balet County, drugs are still not available. It has existed for over 20 years and even serves the neighboring Busoga, although it is designed to serve 11,400 patients in a year.
Doctors just tell you to buy drugs from the shops.
Okay, for the drugs, normally we put in the requisition early, but they delay to bring the drugs to the health center, to the health unit. If the owner comes early, they take the dead body.
Biakika Paul, who is the second in charge, blames the Ministry of Health, although Madada says this is a national problem which NRM is yet to solve.
In this current manifesto, government intends to address theft of drugs by labeling these drugs, but also drug management.
Just 15 days are left to the polls. But some residents do not see that as a solution due to their lack of faith in politicians.
What they pledge during campaigns is always hot air.
Whatever the case, it will be up to the voters to determine who is their next MP come February 18th. Sudil Biaruhanga, NTV.